Leo. This is Michelle, and I'm here to do a March 2020 playing card reading for you. This month I'm using the B playing cards by the United States Playing Card Company, and I'm also bringing in a card or two for you from Divine Doors by Andre Uncracia. I hope I pronounced that right. And Rockpool Publishing. All right, this is a reading for the sign of Leo. The sign of Leo for March 2020. Our Leo friends, what are the messages that we need to know for our Leo friends? The Joker in color popping out of the deck in such a way that I believe we should keep it. Messages for the sign of Leo. All right, let's keep going. These are messages for the sign of our Leo friends. Okay, there we go. We have it. And on the bottom of the deck, the Three of Spades. All right, interesting. Suggesting that some growth is occurring. All right, many Leos experiencing a big conclusion last month, reaching the finish line, signs of a new start, and already in March, we are seeing some new growth. I'm also picking up this, Leo, that some of you are undergoing a transformation around the way that you perceive or think about the world, and that indeed you are growing in your perception of life overall, but in some very big ways. It is sort of a sense of maturing, I want to say, but the very first steps of that. We started out with the Joker, suggesting that March could be full of surprises for you, and the Nine of Spades. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's keep going here. And the Seven. All right, this really harkens back to last month, I have to say, and the sensation that a very big conclusion has taken place. And Leo, I feel that you're still in the midst of that conclusion, that it has been really a very big process. This isn't something that just we would take lightly, let's say. This is something that occurs, perhaps it might be only a few times in a lifetime. It really changes you, and I want to say in the long run, for the better. But it could be that for some of you, Leos, that you are feeling just a little bit unstable, I want to say at this time, mentally, a little bit like things, this new perspective, I want to say, this new way of thinking, this new understanding about life is putting you, I want to say, like actually in some really new territory. Things can actually feel really different. I'm sensing this, that you just are not the same person that you were before because of how drastic this change has been in your life. And now we have the King of Diamonds coming in, all right? Followed by the Seven of Hearts. And the Five of Hearts. All right, and so Leo, it seems like for some of you, there really is some uncertainty at this time about where your passion lies. For some of you, this is understandable. I think that you are almost going through, I want to say, like a rebirthing process. It is like coming out of this previous situation or event. You are born anew, and there is a sensation that everything is really quite so new that you might not actually be sure about whether or not those things which mattered before the event, the big event, whether those things really matter as much anymore. And so this is really understandable. I want to say it looks a little bit difficult, but at the same time, I'm going to say this is extremely positive. This is like an event or a process where you are re-evaluating what is important and you are reformulating your values. Now, some of you might come back to square one. You may realize that indeed what was really important to me, yes, those are the things that I am going to stick with in life, and that is what I'm going to use as a guiding light. For some of you, that may be the end result of the process. But for others of you, it might be that your values really take a complete shift, and that you feel a real change of heart in the month of March. Again, I think that there was a very difficult scenario that you came out of, a conclusion, an ending of sorts, which came along with a lot of uncertainty, perhaps a lot of questions about life. It was really, for some of you, this really could have shaken you to the core. It was very surprising, perhaps even alarming. But now we are looking at how that event has changed you, has changed your understanding of life, and what is really important moving forward. And now we have the Six of Spades, okay? I'm very happy to see that coming into the reading at this point. The Six of Hearts, all right, doubling down on that concept of the six and the Three of Clubs, all right, which is somewhat an echo, I will say, of the Three of Spades on the bottom of the deck. And so what this is telling me, Leo, is to take heart, because indeed you have a very strong foundation underneath you. I think that for some of you, this has to do, I want to see, with your upbringing, that those core values perhaps that you were brought up with, that you are now beginning to realize how important those values are. You may have forgotten about them, I want to say, and now you are returning to them. In another sense, it is like a returning, I'm picking this up, like a returning to home, or understanding what is really important in life. Now I realize I'm really giving two readings at this point. It's almost like the flip side of a coin. And so I'm going to reiterate that because it's so important. What's coming through is that for some of you, this is going to be like a whole new way of looking at life. At the same time, okay, it can also be a return to former values, perhaps something that you learned very early in life. And then in a third scenario, it could be simply a return to original values. The reading is saying, Leo, to take your time with this, take your time processing this. This is very important work. It's very important mental work. It's very important emotional work, and it will take some time, but you are going to come out of this entire situation and you are going to, I just heard this, Leo, you are going to feel like a new child. That is what I am picking up, a tremendous sense of rebirth, and that you will come out of this with a new enthusiasm for life, understanding what is truly, truly important for you. Whether that is a brand new set of values, whether it is values that harken back to your early life, or whether in some interesting and mysterious way that it is a combination of both. That's also possible. And you will know. You will know. We just had a card now just flip out of the deck for you from the Divine Doors. And so we are going to keep this. I am going to do a cut for you though too, Leo. A cut on this deck. It's ready to go. And so let's take a look at these this final cards from Divine Doors. I'm asking for some inspiration or insight with these cards. And we have here the messages on the bottom of the card. A note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown when love is the focus, foundation, and goal. Blessed is the body, mind, and soul. What a beautiful message. Leo, I think only you truly know what this means for you. But I feel also it is suggesting to me that love is indeed one of the core values that you are coming to understand on a much deeper level. And on this side, we have these beautiful green doors opening into, let's say, a little patio of sorts. We can see the bougainvillea coming down here, the arch. I am just picking up a sense of new growth from these colors, the greenness, that sense of being born again, a new child. I see a lot of purity of heart, purity of values. I'm picking up for you, Leo, a lot of clarity coming in the month of March. Let's take a look now at this card from the cut. The message is a distant kiss in a prayer flag. I wish of all wishes that you were here. Through sunlight and rain, I need you near. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful sentiment. And here is the prayer flag. What a beautiful, beautiful doorway. Again, a very strong message of love. Perhaps some of you are missing someone who is not with you at this moment, but I have the sense, and I want to say that you know that they are also always with you in spirit, and to just send that person a loving spiritual kiss of love and adoration, I want to say, is coming to me, to my mind, that this is somebody that you just adore. Clearly, Leo, I can see love as at the foundation of this reading and as one of the values that you are coming to understand on a deeper and deeper level. Leo, that is your reading for March 2020. I'm so happy that you're here. It was a pleasure and a privilege to read for you as always. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd like to ask you to like the video and subscribe. It helps the channel so very much. And I'll see you next time.